What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I am back in the building. And this time, honey, I'm back, okay? Because a promise is a promise. We are almost out of March. We got this coronavirus, honey, taking over everything. I promised you all before March was out that I would give you a Lauren London, not a reading, but I will do a series on her life. There are some specific things about Lauren London that I would like to discuss. And like I said, a promise is a promise. Okay, I got to get this out before March is over. I promised you guys. So no matter what is going on in the world, the girl has to make good on her promises, okay? So let's get started with Miss Lauren London. First off, I want to give a few disclaimers. I am a very big fan of Lauren London. I really like her. I think she is so beautiful. Like, she has like a natural beauty to her, the girl next door look. I am a big fan of women with that type of beauty, not all this fake ass shit that's out in the world, fake titties, fake ass, fake eyes, you know. Fake hair is cool. I can always deal with fake hair and nails, but when you get to doing all this other shit, to me, you doing way too much. And Miss Lauren London, honey, don't have to do none of that because she bad as hell. And on top of her being a very beautiful woman on the outside, I love hearing her speak. I love how deep she is. She's very well spoken. She is just a really true gem. You know, I just really love and admire, you know, her work and, you know, what she stands for. And I will get more into that, you all, when I post these interviews. Okay, so Lauren Nicole London was born on December 5th, 1984. And honey, that makes her a Sagittarius, okay? My brother, I believe his birthday is the 4th, and he is a real hell on wheels. So hopefully, you know, Lauren is the opposite, honey, of him, okay? But I'm going to look in my book. I have this book of birthdays, and it really gives you some insight on her birthday and what it means. And it says December 5th is the day of confidence. It says that her strengths are she is confident, she is daring, and she is active. I can see all of that with her. Her weaknesses is she's overconfident, she's unrealistic, and she is unaware. And I will be getting into some of that too, okay? Lauren London has also starred in several films. She starred in ATL. That was her first movie. She also starred in a movie called This Christmas with Chris Brown. She has also starred in Medea's Big Happy Family with Bow Wow, Tyler Perry. And she also starred in a movie called The Perfect Match with Terrence J.
Oh, you've been out here. You've been around for a long time though. Now.
Yeah.
It's been like, how long have you been in the industry? Like, well, over like 15 years.
Well, I started doing like videos around like 17, so and I'm 33 now. So
that's crazy.
Whatever math.
You a vet. People treat you like it too.
They definitely like, hi, Miss London.
Of course.
Like, damn.
I mean, but like that was a transition, I'm sure, from when you first started to like now, like the respect level.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think people would say that you for the culture, you know,
yeah.
you for the culture. Have you embraced that title and like took that on, and do you feel responsible to have an opinion for the culture about certain things because people kind of look at you like that?
You know, I think that I'm still kind of trying to embrace my transition into being this adult. Because
right.
First you're like young and fly.
Right, and lit.
But now that I'm a mother and 33.
But you look damn good.
Thank you. But I think that I do feel a sense of responsibility to myself. Mm-hmm. And I hope that carries on into, you know, what I do. But I think that a lot of the respect maybe comes from just not giving up, because I feel like I've been kind of like kicked down for some of my decisions I made personally.
Right.
And people,
i.e., getting pregnant by Lil Wayne, honey. Okay, she should have spoke specifically on that.
To judge you with that, and I think that because I've kind of taken all my hits on the chin, and still stood tall, that might help push the culture. Not help push the culture, but maybe that comes a little bit. With that comes respect naturally. I think.
I've always looked at you. I won't say. I mean, to you look at things differently. But to me, looking from the outside in, I've never seen your career take a hit. I've always seen you go working consistently, and then to having a family, a beautiful family at that, and staying low key, staying out of the way. But you are still always working. You're always creating. You're always producing and doing things. So, and I don't think that the general public looks at it like that. I think that you have always managed to keep your private shit private. So people don't know if you just at home chilling or if you working. We don't know. And even with like a lot of your friends, like I was talking to Cassie, and I was like 2 weeks ago, and I think you were in Canada filming a movie, and she was like, "Lauren's working, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, she's working." Like, you kind of go to work, and most of your life is your real life. Work is not like most of your life. It's a huge part of your life, but your real life is most of your life, which is what I love about you.
Well, I feel like there's a balance between, like, honestly, personally, you know this about me, like, my spirit comes first.
Absolutely.
So I have to take care of that first. And a lot of that is why I'm so low. Because I feel like I am very fragile, like all of us. And everyone's like, oh, you have to have tough skin. I don't really know too many people with tough skin. I think we're all very fragile.
Absolutely.
So I have to protect my space and my spirit. So that I can go out and work and give it my all and be creative and artistic and all of that. So
I really like that she spoke in that way when she said she had to protect her spirit and her vibe. That way she could go back out into the world and be creative. I feel like a lot of people need to start doing that. And I feel like for her to say something like that, to me, she comes across as being very wise. Like I said, she seems like very deep. She seems like a thinker, you know, before she does things.
And another thing I know is that, speaking of privacy, the one thing that you've always been able to do is to keep your kids private. And my favorite kids in the world
are my kids.
Yes, man, your kids, you and me as kids, I tell you this all the time. Your kids are like angels, you know.
Good kids.
They're gifts, you know. And I remember when you were pregnant with Cross, I knew that was a tough one. But I knew how I was like, cousin, he's gonna be everything, and he's everything we could imagine. Well, he's more, actually.
I know.
He's more. You have two kids that are like so down to earth. Okay, they're so. They're loyal. I'm like, how are you loyal at age 8, Cam? You know?
Because I instill integrity and loyalty now.
They have a level of loyalty. They have a great spirit on them. But they also come from a world that, you know, I know Cam is starting to be aware of what mom and dad does. But they come from this large world, but you keep them so normal and grounded. How do you do that? And did you make it a conscious decision to keep them private?
It was very conscious. It was my intention is to protect them.
Of course.
And to keep them sacred in a space. And nothing against anyone that chooses different, but just how private I am. Personally, just how I like to live my life. They're naturally going to be, victim isn't the word, but they're naturally going to fall in line with how I live my life because they're my children. But it's very intentional to keep them to me.
I always wonder, like, because Cam wants to be on
Cameron
Instagram.
Definitely wants to.
So I always wonder what's going to happen.
And he'll be able to make that decision on his own.
Of course, you know the show's called The Glory.
Yes.
And I explain to everybody, you know, that glory moment is those moments in life where sometimes we forget to acknowledge when they're going on, and we're like, you know, it's that moment where you should go, aha, like I made it. Like things are going well for me. Things are finally back on track, even though, you know, they can change really quickly. What has been a recent glory moment for you?
Oh, well, it's like work-wise?
Just anything in life.
Well, work-wise, I recently I've been up and down with management and agencies. I've been dropped from 2 agencies, and all kind of things have happened.
See, I didn't know that Lauren London really had any of these struggles, you all. Did you all know this? I didn't know that her career at certain points, really came to a halt. I never saw that with her. We always saw her working. Of course, we would find out she's pregnant. I think the whole thing with Lil Wayne, that took all of us by surprise. I do have a clip coming up that I need to insert, because I found her to be very defensive about the whole Lil Wayne relationship. And she was kind of getting on other people for coming at her in the wrong way. She said something like, oh, well, I'm a woman and women get pregnant. Sweetie, nobody got on you because you were pregnant, per se. It was who you got pregnant by. Lil Wayne is, I don't care what you all say, he is a wonderful rapper, musician, however you want to look at him. He's very talented. I would never take that from him. But he represents low vibrational men in the black community when it comes to women. He is a womanizer, okay? We all know that. Anytime you got baby after baby with this one and that one, that is who you are. That is how people is going to see you. So when I hear Lauren, and yes, we all have been young and had our baby by the wrong person. We didn't all been through that. But I really get a little bit harder on these celebrity women, because to me, they do have somewhat better options. They have better, I don't know. I just feel like when you're a regular chick, you may not have the money to be around certain types of men. You know what I'm saying? When you are a celebrity, you do have access to a certain amount of money where you could be around doctors, lawyers, you could be around, hell, a scientist, a local musician. I don't know. I said local musician. You can be around the best of the best. And a lot of people will disagree and say that, no, men are men, and no matter how much money they have, they can all treat you like dirt. Yes, that's true. But at the same time, you as the woman, you make the choice. You can't, like me, for instance, I had a baby with a rapper. He was very local, okay? Shit, I thought he was going to be the next Kanye. I really was thinking that in my mind, and it never happened, and you fetishize, you fetish that, you like that, you fantasize about, oh, he's a rapper and I'm the pretty girl and we're gonna be the, you think about all of those things. And I look at all the shit that I've been through with him, and it's like I would never choose that type of guy ever again in life. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if Lauren is going in that direction. Because, yeah, she got with Nipsey, and I will be getting into that relationship in my next section. I feel like Nipsey was a completely different dude, though, from Wayne. So it's like, what part of you, since you are so wise, since you are so beautiful, since you are a real ass chick? Because let's be honest, what I'm playing for you all, this is real. This is dope to me. How Lauren comes off, but it's I don't understand her choices in men. Okay? And we will probably get more into that in the next part. Because this is part 1. I'm going to do a part 2 and a part 3. But I don't know. I've always looked at her and admired her. And then, you know, you look at some of the choices that people make. And with her, she's different, you guys, than like a Angela Simmons. Angela Simmons, to me, is just lost. Angela Simmons tries to act like she's this good girl. To me, Lauren just is. You know, there's an energy about her. I don't get Hollywood celebrity, or I'm a fake bitch, or y'all know I would call it out. And I really do not get that from her vibe, okay? The way I get it with Angela. And I see why Angela, you know, do some of the things that she do. I told y'all she got recessed brain. But Lauren don't have recessed brain. So what would be the excuse for some of her choices? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would make you want to have a baby with Lil Wayne? Now, a lot of people will say, well, Lil Wayne isn't a bad person, and, you know, he's a different type of guy, and yeah, he may be. I keep hearing how great he is, but do you all follow, like, where I'm going with this? Like, what would make you have his baby? You can date him, you can screw him, but how do we get to a point where we got all these men out in the world and we want to have a baby with Lil Wayne? I just don't understand it. And maybe it's the money. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I think maybe I think in one of the interviews that I'm going to play for you all, she said she had like this connection with Lil Wayne, and she probably did. But my thing is this: I cannot get with a dude that's a womanizer. Like, how do you take that type of man serious? I don't understand the logic.
With my work, which has not helped in being out there and being consistent with work.
Right.
And then recently, I finally connected with a manager that I feel really gets me and is really invested into me as much as I am into myself. And I feel like that was a moment of like, oh, it's good I never gave it up. Because sometimes you can go through things and be like, well, maybe I'm tripping. Like, maybe this isn't my path.
Right.
And I feel like that moment of finally connecting the dots and moving.
Oh my God, you guys, I just love this woman. I don't understand the taste in men. Well, I kind of understand Nipsey, that part, because shit, Nipsey was fine. But honey, we gonna get to it. But I love hearing somebody in Hollywood just speak the truth, just speak the real. I also realized that she don't hang out with the Kardashians no more, you guys. And I believe that's because Khloe used to date Trey Songz. Y'all know Khloe, man, looking ass was trying to date everybody, honey, okay? And even though Khloe had all that work done, she still, I don't care what nobody say, she still got low self-esteem. She still do. Because if your friend then dated somebody, you should not be dating that same damn person. I don't care if it's Hollywood, but we know the damn Kardashians, honey. They ain't loyal to nobody, honey. They took Tristan Thompson's side, honey, over Jordan Wood's side. Okay? But honey, that's a story for another day. But yeah, I noticed she don't hang with them Kardashians no more. Do she hang with Malika and that twin? I wonder if she still hang with them. Y'all know she starred with them in ATL.
Forward with my plan. Felt like.
And did you, because you say like we finally got here, did you fall out of love with this at one point in time not with the craft?
I didn't fall out of love with acting, but I definitely have been, like, it's upset my stomach in the things you have to do or deal with to perform at a level you would like to perform at.
Right.
And I know it's a balance and it's just anything. But sometimes, I have felt like, this is a shot. I don't know if I'm...
Yeah.
But I didn't, I think that not giving up and knowing how strong you are helps that.
Yeah, and I know you and I, we have similar views on social media.
Yeah.
It could be too damn much sometimes.
It is.
And, we battle with going like, should I post this? Should I do this? How much privacy should I have? And then some people are so overexposed that, and they seem to shine and get certain opportunities and things like that. Do you feel the need sometimes to compete with that world, or do you just manage it on your own? How you do it?
No, I manage it on my own. How I do it.
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah. You know the answer. Yeah, no, I'm not competing because I can't compete.
Yeah,
that's a lose.
Oh, I love this woman, you all. She's very smart. Very smart. I can always tell by how somebody talks, their thought process. And that's true. In life, you cannot compete with anybody. You can only do what you can do with the resources that you have. Period. The minute you begin competing, looking at what somebody else is doing, worried about how they get in the bag, you taking the focus off of you and how you go get your bag. So that's why I don't do a lot of competing on YouTube. I feel like my content is my content. There's people that do real good content. They got the fancy equipment. But guess what, honey? Guess what? They ain't brand to the motherfucking new, honey, okay? They ain't brand new. And I ain't trying to be them. And I don't want to be them. I like how I look. I like what I got going, So I'm feeling her, you guys. I love me some Lauren London, honey.
Right.
Situation. No, yeah. I ain't about to stress myself out. They can have that.
Absolutely. Yo, it was an honor to have you on the podcast.
Honor to have you.
I'm probably going to talk to you in an hour, and I talked to you an hour ago. That's why I didn't want to talk to you this morning, because I'm like, I don't want to not be able to ask you some questions. We've already talked about it.
You don't have any shady questions?
No, I ain't got no shady questions for you. No.
All right, you guys, that concludes this first part of Lauren London. I chose this particular interview because, to me, this is like one of her realest interviews. She's always real. She's always regal. She's always beautiful. She's always well spoken. But to me, this really gave me more insight on the person and not the celebrity, if you know what I mean. So this is why I chose this interview that she did with The Glory. And you can look up the full interview on YouTube. And it is at The Glory Show, LA. So y'all can check that out. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out for part 2.